This is the Last Week in PlayStation number 10. Welcome back to the channel if you tuned in last week, and if this is your first time watching, thank you for clicking on my video. We're 10 of these now, so they're sort of becoming a routine for me. News is definitely better this week, but nothing too extraordinary. It's really not looking like we're going to get another PlayStation event in August, so if the price doesn't get announced in September, I'm going to throw my PS4 out the window or something in protest. This is the weekly news show where I round up all of the best PlayStation news that happened in the past week and put it all into one easy to watch video so you don't have to go looking for it. This video is for the week beginning the 17th of August, and yeah, it's definitely a better one. We got a new global advertisement, some news about the PlayStation 5 launch, and an interesting series of Sony trademarks were brought to attention. All that and more in today's show. Before we begin, please give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It only takes a second and it would really help me out. And with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's PlayStation news. The first story I'm going to talk about is kind of amusing. It comes from GiveMeSport.com and it's to do with those trademarks I mentioned. This is the headline. Sony have already filed trademarks for PS6, PS7, PS8, PS9 and PS10. And this is what the article has to say. Gamers around the world are all eagerly waiting the launch of the PlayStation 5 later this year. However, there's already confirmation that Sony have filed the trademarks of the PS6, PS7, PS8, PS9 and PS10. Although the PS5 is yet to be released, Sony are already preparing the next 5 consoles, which will surely cover them for the next 20 or 30 years. I threw this one in here because I wanted to start with a light bit of news and I found it kind of funny. I mean, it makes sense that they are going to future-proof like this, and if console generations stay being 7 years long, they're good until probably the 60s if you factor in this generation. Meanwhile, it's probably impossible for Microsoft to future-proof because of how sporadic their naming system is. I wonder where I'll be in life when the PS10 comes out. I could be pushing 70. I wonder if I'll still be gaming. I guess we'll just have to see. Next up we have a PlayStation blog story, and it's for about 6 people. Iron Man VR gun update. Look, I'm not including everything because there is a lot and I know not many people have a PSVR headset, but this is good to know. 2 new game modes, New Game Plus and an even harder difficulty called Ultimate Mode were added. Then there are new weapons and quality of life features such as improved load time, skipping cinematics you've already seen, presumably for playing through New Game Plus, and skippable side missions, which I suppose is nice. Also, there's some new customization options. See, I kept that short. It's just statistically, if 5 people watch this, there's a 0.2% chance someone has a PSVR, and I'm sure they are appreciating that. Our next news story is a little bit strange, and it's from Polygon.com. This is what it says. The collector's edition packages for 3 of Ubisoft's biggest upcoming games will no longer come with the game on a physical disc for UK-based customers, on Xbox that is. The PlayStation versions will include disc copies. Pre-orders for collector's editions of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6 and Watch Dogs Legion for Xbox will have a digital key to redeem instead of a physical disc, reads a post on Ubisoft UK support site. Collector editions for PlayStation will receive physical game discs. It continues. Since a video game collector's edition is generally seen as a way to get one's hand on a wealth of physical goodies, the idea that such a package won't come with a physical copy of a game may be puzzling to a lot of, well, collectors. Add in the high price tag of bundles like this. The ones for Valhalla and Far Cry 6 will run you $199.99, while Legions is set at a thrifty $189.99, and that confusion can rise to anger and disappointment. This one is concerning to me because we keep seeing this digital age creeping in. This next generation will probably be the last to have physical media, and they'll probably phase out physical media halfway through, and I mean, that's a whole other issue to me on its own. I wonder who made the decision to pull the physical edition from just the Xbox in just the UK. It's strange, but I mean, at least if I was that big of a Ubisoft game fan to be buying these, I'd be getting them on PS4 or 5 anyway. News story number 4 is a quick one from PushSquare.com. The headline is Sony stresses one more time that PS5 will release this year, and this is what it says. Sony debuted a new PlayStation 5 commercial this week and it's already racked up nearly 2 million views on YouTube. However, with the PS5 price and PS5 release date remaining under wraps, there's still a big question mark whether the device will deploy this year as planned. The platform holder has stated on multiple occasions that it remains on schedule for a holiday 2020 launch, but there are plenty who have their doubts, and rightfully so. Speaking with GameIndustry.biz this week, marketing bigwig Eric Lampel provided a brief update. We're pulling it together. We will launch this year. That will happen. And from my end, we will absolutely make sure that we will bring all of the magic and all of the excitement of launches that we have had in the past. Elsewhere in the interview, Lampel suggested that the PS5's launch window will be the best lineup in PlayStation history, which we suppose is a relatively empty statement from a marketing bigwig, but based on all PS5 games announced so far, we reckon he may have a point. Here's hoping we get more information on the next gen system next week. I put this one in here because, well, it's a nice bit of reassurance, I suppose. The PS5's first global ad went up this week, and it's just really cool. I mentioned it there in that last Push Square article. It's live action and CGI, so not gameplay or anything, but it does sort of cover some PS5 features like the tension in the bowstring, in your trigger, or 3D audio, all that stuff we've heard before. But something that the PlayStation blog shoehorned into the same article was the Deathloop devs talking about the DualSense controller's triggers in a way I never really considered. I just found it really intriguing. When your gun gets jammed, you'll feel the trigger get jammed, and I'm not sure why that stuck out to me so much, but I love how creative that is, and I hope more games can come up with innovative new features like this one in the future. Real quick, I just want to remind everybody what your free PS Plus games for the month of August are. This month is a really strong lineup, and you can add these two games to your library right now. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered is the first game offered, and I've played it for a while and it looks amazing. It's just that classic campaign with a fresh coat of paint over it, and you should go check it out. The second game on offer is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. It is absolutely amazing, such a fresh breath of air from literally everything else, with up to 60 players online in a free-for-all struggle through round after round of escalating chaos until one victor remains. In a strange way, it reminds me of the television show Total Wipeout or something like that, but it looks super fun. You have until Wednesday, September 2nd to add these two games to your library. That's it for the 10th, the last week in PlayStation, and there were definitely some good things for us to go over this week. As always, I had a load of fun putting together some news articles regarding the world of PlayStation into an easy to watch video for you to enjoy every single Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button as it helps my video get recommended to other people, and consider subscribing, it would really help me out. If you want to stay up to date with the channel, you can find me over on Twitter at AnthonyJGaming. I'm very active over there, so why don't you go say hi. On the PlayStation Network, I'm AnthonyJGaming as well. And finally, you can follow me over on Instagram, where I'm AnthonyJosephGaming. The best way to know when I'm uploading is to follow me on Instagram and or Twitter, or ring the notification bell. Thank you again so much for watching the last week in PlayStation. Bye.